Hi and welcome back to the Roaring Peacock YouTube channel. This is the Leeds versus Southampton preview. It's not PewDiePie. It's not Mr. Beast. But we're not going to play Minecraft at any time. But subscribe anyway, you might get something out of it. It won't be football facts, but worth it anyway.
PewDiePie!
PewDiePie!
PewDiePie! Maybe we should make Minecraft videos.
No. Next.
The following podcast contains some strong language and some very average opinions.
Any references to actual people are wildly inaccurate. It's probably best if you don't listen at all. The Roaring Peacock Podcast.
Welcome back to the Roaring Peacock Podcast. This is the match preview between Leeds United, greatest team in the world, and Southampton, that sort of weird lot from the south coast that are always there. You know, like at every family gathering, you've got your cousin who doesn't speak much, but he's always there. You know, he's very friendly, he's nice, but you just think, what's the point of him?
Still follows Matt Tissier on Twitter.
Yeah. Lets you know Matt Tissier's inner thigh measurements and everything else about him. Oh, God. I was told that the last podcast didn't have enough banter, so here it is. Banter.com. My name's Adonis, and you know me as at the Adelites on Twitter. It's a very good hello from me, and joining us representing the Peacocks is our resident Riot Badger at Riot Badger on Twitter, Alex.
Good afternoon.
And the stranger in our midst, the saint amongst devils? No, that's scum.
Yeah,
Peacocks?
Yeah,
no. We'll go with that. Ben, where are you from, Ben?
Southampton, unsurprisingly.
Total Saints podcast.
Yes.
There we go. Ben, how are you?
I'm not too bad. I don't really know where to start after that intro, guys. But yeah, it's certainly a crazy Sunday at the moment.
Right here. So the first thing I want to do is look back at the most recent games of both teams. And you've, I wouldn't say saved the weekend, but it made me happy. You drew 1-1 with Chelsea.
We did, yeah. We ended a barren run of 6 defeats in a row. We'd been on 29 points. I worked it out for my podcast on the 4th of January, so that was 48 days ago. We'd been on 29 points and finally managed to get up to the big magical 30 mark. So we're in touching distance of safety now.
It's going well then.
Yeah. I mean, you guys will know as Leeds fans, it's the same with Saints. It's a roller coaster, isn't it? You never you get carried away very quickly, and then it soon brings you back to reality.
Oh yeah, we are the most Jekyll and Hyde fan base, and like we'll win a game, and it's like Europa League, you know, get the van ready, get the hotels booked, and then we'll lose. And it's like, so we've got Wickham away, and there's no in between.
I know. Yeah, we were top of the league in November, and then I found myself last night watching the Fulham Sheffield United game, willing Sheffield United to equalise so that Fulham didn't close the gap.
He's blamed. Did you see that he's blamed lefties on Sheffield United's form recently? He's gone full Brexit.
Hasenhuttl?
No, Chris Wilder.
Wilder has.
Oh, Wilder!
Yeah, Sheffield United's form. He said that it's lefties. Sports psychologists and lefties. Yeah.
Right. You bloody socialists
coming over here.
You know, not wanting people to be homeless. Yeah. You bastards. It's you. That's the problem. It's not me. The coach of the football team.
Yeah. All
right, Chrissy. So Alex, Leeds Wolves. Did we play Wolves last?
Yeah.
I'm losing my fucking mind here.
Yep. The most unlucky goal I've seen conceded for years and years and years. I mean, Traore scares me every time he gets on the ball because he's that player, you know, at five-a-side where he's got all the tricks and it's his ball. And then if you nutmeg him, he'll punch it. He's that sort of looking player. And he just scares you when he got on the ball. And he unleashed that shot. It was a decent shot, but it was off target. So he didn't need all the credit for it. But for it to come back and bounce off Melia, I felt really sorry for him. And we just didn't take his chances. So
it's been a long time since I played five-a-side. But I remember that we've got a lad, very stocky lad, and if he runs into you, you fucking know about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you feel it in your bone, like you get bruised bones
yeah.
immediately, instantly.
I saw a great comment on the Wolves forum yesterday saying it was something along the lines of no keeper in the world would have saved that. And I thought, well, it wasn't even going in until it hit the crossbar, didn't it? So, yeah, just...
And he did save similar efforts, like in the first half, didn't Melier? So they weren't far away. I think if it was on target, it probably got to it. But, it's fine margins, isn't it? That whole football cliche.
It was like one of those cartoons. I half expected, like, little birds to start flying around his head after it had bounced in.
Speaking of birds flying around somebody's head, did you see when, I don't know who got smashed by Tyler's shot late in the second half? I was laughing so much. I caught myself like, you're laughing at somebody's pain. Somebody's in a lot of pain and you are laughing. I thought, I don't care.
Yeah, Connor Cody.
Yeah, poor lad.
Yeah. It was good, though, because we didn't have the crowd noises on our stream.
Right.
And so you could hear him. You could actually hear him. And he was so annoying. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Come on, lads! Stay strong, lad!
Oh, God. That's the only time when you vote for crowd noise.
Ben, our listeners know a lot about Leeds United. They don't know anything about Southampton. Tell us. Players, form, what's happening? Why were you top of the league and now you're not? Why have you lost 9-0 to Scum? Any decent, self-respecting team would only lose 6-2.
I'm sure your listeners are more intelligent than not knowing anything about Southampton. But yeah, I mean, obviously we've got Ralph Hasenhuttl as our manager. He's been there just over 2 years now. He's suffered that scoreline twice in his career with us, which I'm not sure if that's something you celebrate or try to forget. I think everyone will probably know if they watch the game. It turned as ever into the Mike Dean show towards the end, hence us letting 3 extra goals in at the end with 9 men. But yeah, I mean, Saints have been up and down this season. They had a really good start to the season. They were top of the league, as we say, in November. And like most squads in the Premier League, they've only got a certain number of senior players. I think at one stage in January we had 11 senior players injured, and the kids were on the bench. And Shane Long, it was like a kindergarten on there. So that's really what's cost us, is we've had so many injuries, and it's just meant that he's not had the strength and depth really to sort of roll out the same team every week. So I think hopefully it's now about just making sure we keep ourselves up and focusing on trying to rebuild a bit in the summer, I think, and Adonis.
Great. So what I liked about that Chelsea game then is you've had 4 shots, 1 on target, and 29% possession. What I didn't like about it is Frank Lampard is somewhere laughing his fucking head off.
Well, yeah, if you look at them stats, though, that is exactly what will beat us. 29% possession, 1 shot on target. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to Saints, I think, and I'm lucky enough to join the Saints press conferences, so I asked Hasenhuttl about this last week, but they've been a little bit gung-ho with his approach. They like to press and counter-press teams, and they come charging out the blocks. And I think having lost 6 in a row, I think he realised that if they did that against Chelsea, they'd just get killed. So he'd spoken about having a week working on the training ground with them, looking at stability, trying to make a bit more sort of defensive resolution and that sort of thing. And I think that's part of their game plan, really, was just to sit deep and try and frustrate Chelsea if and when chances came along. As you say, I mean, they had 1 chance, scored a goal, and it worked for them. And frustrating to give away another penalty. We seem to have given penalties away every other week at the moment. But I think from a Saints point of view, it was a low possession, but I think there was a sort of reason to their game plan behind that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Every time you say something, it just sounds so professional and polished.
And it's not in keeping with this podcast. So
yeah, I don't really know what to do about it. There's nothing to work with. You're giving me nothing
there's
here,
no
Ben.
banter.
I mean, I can add that I don't agree with Matt Letizier's coronavirus views if you want me to.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you're on board with us now, so...
Yeah, does he? What? Is he anti-masker?
Oh, my word. If you want to go down a rabbit hole of tinfoil hat, Matt Letizier is your guy. Fantastic player. Scored some great goals, but I think he must have taken a few Conor Codys to the head.
Oh, no. Never meet your heroes,
No, definitely not. There is something to take from that. So if you get to go to the press conferences, you get to ask questions. Could you ask Ralph why his facial features are so much smaller than his head in proportion? How much would I have to pay you to ask that question?
A fair bit. I've got a lot of respect for him, unfortunately, Alex. So I probably won't ask him that. So the best thing about Ralph Hasenhuttl is if you look at a picture of him in the press conference right now to the photo of him when he joined the club 2 years ago, it's like a total. This is before and after of why you should never manage Southampton Football Club.
Southampton, not even once.
All managers go through a little bit of that, don't they? They all turn up kind of fresh faced, I'm the special one or whatever. And then within 6 months, a year, 2 years, they're completely grey. They're looking like, and that's why you can see Roy Hodgson. He looks like 300 years old because he's been managing.
I think he is
only
about
36
years older, isn't he?
Proper Sith Lord style.
I think Thomas Christensen, he did all right. He left looking as well as he joined. I think Steve Evans.
He's only here for 6 months.
Yeah, he was. Steve Evans left a lot thinner than he started, but that was more due to substances, allegedly. Yeah. I think we've destroyed quite a few managers, I think.
It's because Steve Evans was doing crack cocaine with wasn't
allegedly.
Oh, sorry, allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly, everybody, allegedly.
Please rewind to the disclaimer of this podcast. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been a great manager, though. I mean, I think there's a lot of comparisons being made between him and Bielsa, who's like the most innovative manager in the league. I mean, it's obviously Bielsa. But, if a close second, maybe, he's pretty good. I think Southampton's always been a bit of a strange fixture for us. I mean, from the 70s, we've had that 7-0, which we'll always mention. And I'll watch
It's almost cruel.
I was going to say, but we'd take that compared to 2 9-0. 7-0's all right.
That's all right. Well, that's what we'll have on the week then. We'll just have a 7-0. It's fine. But yeah, there's 2 9-0s, isn't there now? So how do you kind of recover from that? Like, I know there's an account on Twitter which is, has the 9-0 been mentioned yet?
I think to be fair, the first time it was a total shell shock, and it was kind of the sort of almost the result of 2-3 years, dreadful transfer windows, a change of regime in the boardroom, not a lot of strategy and things like that, and it kind of felt like the bottoming out of that. This time, obviously, as I say, it wasn't a great defensive performance. Mike Dean kind of cost us those last 3 goals at the end, but I think we feel a lot more positive because we kind of came out of it last time. We developed, we had a load of injuries. There was a lot more mitigating factors this time. So I think, as I say, it's never nice to go through that. And I've been a Saints fan 35 years now. It's twice that it's happened. Hopefully it'll never happen again. But I think from a Saints point of view, we're kind of, fingers crossed. I think we're kind of hoping that, it's a lot easier to get out of it, that sort of situation this time.
Well, after this week, I hope it doesn't happen after this week. But that's fine. It's
strange, isn't it? I mean, I was thinking about this. There's only, 15 games to go or something like that, and yet we've not played each other twice yet.
Yeah, Was it coronavirus or something? There was something that stopped.
I think it was the FA Cup, wasn't it?
Was the FA Cup?
Yeah, because we're still in it and you're not.
Well, yeah, rub that one in. That was a nice day for us.
I'll just get my own back, Alex.
Yeah, it is. I think Stats said in one of the previous podcasts that this is the latest we've met a team in a season. So it's always good for records, isn't it?
I was going to say that.
Oh, sorry. Did I steal your thunder?
No, I don't know what to say anymore. There's not so much in my brain going on. There's just one little monkey with a box, and he goes over to the things to say. He picks up the box and he goes, "Here you go, mouth."
And monkey's just gone.
Yeah, fuck's sake. I did have one thing. I think, Mike Dean, I think his mannerisms, I think they could be turned into a new form of dance expression. I think that could be, how there's always like there was the chicken dance, wasn't there? There was Gangnam Style, Every Day I'm Shuffling. And this could be like, the song, what is it? Do the Fish or whatever. I'm a little fish. Was it?
Baby Shark.
Yeah, there was Big Fish, Little Fish, Cardboard Box, wasn't there? So I think now we can do the Mike Dean, maybe, and I feel like that's a summer banger if ever I've heard of one.
How does it go, Adonis? What does it look like?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Do the Mike Dean, boom, 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 boom.
It's taking me back to Mr. Motivator.
Dylan, did you get that one?
Right.
Good lad.
That's the second time I've been accused of being Mr. Motivator.
And the first time was only mentioned in a court case.
There's no in joke. It's just it's all just nonsense. So if you feel lost, you're not missing
You're
out.
just as found as we are. Go on, send that monkey back, mate. Send the monkey back. Get something back.
Yeah, monkey. Right. Okay. So let's maybe. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, he's
Matt
back.
Tissier. We never got the little monkey with his box. Matt Tissier, say it. I never got to the bottom of this. So I loved Matt Tissier as a kid. Unbelievable. It was also quite funny sometimes when he made rare TV appearances. But now I find out he's got some conspiratorial nonsense going on with coronavirus. So what is this? Spill the gossip.
I'm not commenting. I'm not going to put myself in a legal position, but yeah, he has different views to me, is all I'll say, Adonis.
Okay. At the start of this podcast, there is a disclaimer which says any references to actual people are wildly inaccurate. So if you can say something anywhere, it's gonna be here.
Go on, Alex.
Well, let's ask you about, instead of let's forget the person in question. What about this guy Tatler McMillan Tissier? Can't spoonerism his name because he's so French. Yeah, I'll find some source and tell you. So okay, the Sun, so a good reliable source. Hello everybody in Merseyside. Sorry, he's been slated online for his online views. He's branded thick and desperate for attention after he compared the deadly bug to the common flu. There you go.
Oh, dear.
That's
Okay.
his state. The former Southampton star claimed the cyberbullies are trying to ruin my life as he announced he would be stepping away from social media. So we know what happens there. Deactivates his account for 30 minutes, comes back.
Right.
So
Yeah. Have a shit take, blow up, have a meltdown, get suspended or deactivate yourself.
Yeah.
And then, or put yourself on lock. Sorry, I forgot. I missed that.
Yeah, you put yourself. No, before you go on lock, you've got to post that you're friends with Sam Allardyce on Facebook, and then you go on lock.
Right. Okay. Yeah. If you're listening to this or watching it and you're not on Twitter, congratulations. That probably won't mean much to you. What we've just talked about, and your life is probably very good. So let's talk about the game then that we're previewing.
So if we're going on history, so our historic meetings, the last time we met was in 2012. It's 3-0 at Ellen Road. And we have 3 scorers for Leeds. So, well, obviously it's 3-0. Stupid. Who do you think scored for us? Are you looking it up now? You can't just look it up.
I'm not looking it up. We're going to edit it all out. I've got no idea about the 2012s.
So, Michael Tongi scored.
Okay.
El Hadj Diouf got a second.
El Hadji Diouf, yep.
And Luciano Becchio scored a penalty.
Becchio.
And Becchio came off the bench for Luke Varney. Lee Peltier was substituted for Danny Pugh, and El Hadj Diouf came off for Andy Gray. Oh my God, I've missed those years of having beautiful players like Lee Peltier, who still plays in the Premier League, apparently. But yeah, that's interesting. So that was 30th of October, 2012.
I think it's time to move on from those times.
Yeah, thankfully.
So Ben, Stuart Armstrong, he's going to be fit. Is that correct?
Yeah, it should be. He was out against Chelsea, but Hasenhuttl said afterwards he should be available for Tuesday, which is a boost for us because he's been one of our most creative players the last couple of years and lots of energy and certainly opens up defences. So I think hopefully, particularly on the counter attack, someone that we can use if he's available.
Okay. Kyle Walker-Peters is out. Diallo and Walcott are out as well.
Yeah, they'll all be out. Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got a fully fit squad, haven't we? So there's nobody injured for us.
Yeah, who's
Jesus.
out for us? Berardi?
Who's in? Well, Berardi probably might be available selection. He's in full training. Llorente was available for Wolves but didn't feature. Cock's still out.
Cock's out, lads.
Cock's out. For sure, not available. Phillips, I don't think will be available. But I think Shackleton did well in that sort of role against Wolves. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that
What
goes.
formation are you going to play, Ben?
He's been going with 4-2-2-2, so he tends to play 2 defensive midfielders in front of what's that?
2-2-2.
4-2-2-2. Yeah. So that's what he plays: 2 defensive midfielders and then 2 wingers and then 2 up top.
And we were 4-4-2 against Wolves, weren't we?
Yeah,
near enough. So that's interesting.
I don't understand how more of a big deal hasn't been made out of this.
Yeah.
So Marcelo Bielsa, the most stubborn man on the planet, potentially, inventor of the 3-3-1-3, never changes his system in 3 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, 4-4-2.
Yeah.
We're gonna play 4-4-2, and I hope we beat them lot.
I would love it. No. Yeah, it was an interesting change up. I'm quite pleased with his changes, to be honest. I thought it was what was needed. I didn't think Strauch did well in the CDM role, so it was a change that we needed. So I don't think we'll see that against Southampton. I think we'll be switching back to as usual style.
Okay, so it's 4-2-2-2-2-2 against 3-3-1-3.
Yep.
Sounds like a mathematical equation.
Yeah.
And you've had your squad update. We've had some historical stuff. We've talked about Matt Le Tissier's bizarre conspiratorial ideas. And so you've had everything you could possibly need to make a score preview prediction. So, Ben, Alex, you've done this before, but for you, Ben, you get 1 point for predicting the correct result. So win, draw, or loss. You get 2 extra points for predicting the exact scoreline. You get an extra point if you predict a correct goal scorer. But to stop you gaming the system and naming every player in both teams, you get deducted -1 for every incorrect goal scorer predicted. So with all that in mind, Ben, what do you think?
Well, I'm tempting fate because I looked up that in all competitions, Leeds haven't kept a clean sheet in 9 games. So that's probably an ominous sign for us. But I'm going to sit on the fence, Adonis, and go for 1-1 draw. Patrick Bamford for you because he's in my fantasy team, so that'll help. And for us, what do you reckon, Danny Ings?
It's interesting because I was going to go for a draw as well. But I think it's going to be quite a slightly higher scoring than that. I think it's going to be 2-2. And I'm only going to name one goal scorer. I think that's going to be Cooper.
Super duper
Liam Cooper, who's not from the north. But the thing is, it was getting on the end of them balls from Rafinha like every single time. So if we get a free kick in that sort of area, Cooper's like nailed on to get his head on it. He just can't get it either side of the keeper.
Yeah, it was really weird. That Wolves game was really odd because, Ben, for your benefit, we have never played like that ever under Bielsa. And all of a sudden we're getting the big lads up from the back, we're lumping it into the box, getting it into the mixer from everything, free kicks, corners, everything. You'll think that I've made a mistake there when I say corners, but honestly, we used to just pass it back to Meslier.
Well, honestly, it's not overstating it to say that we would win a corner and then worry if we were going to concede from it. that is how it's been.
We'd scored 1 goal from 100 corners at one point.
Yeah. So yeah.
So whereas with us, as you well know, I'm sure James Ward-Prowse is obviously known as this world-class set-piece king. So actually, we've been a bit of a threat for them the last few years. But yeah, the amount of times I've seen Saints have a corner and then we end up conceding, I know exactly how you guys feel, to be honest.
It used to be like at Ellen Road. I'm going to sound really old now. We get a corner and the whole crowd would go up. Leeds. Like, yeah, we're going to get something from this. And then the past few seasons, it's like, oh God. Oh. All right. Goal kick to us then. That's fine. Yeah. We need to sort something out. We need to get players that are a little bit taller and can get on the ball. But I guess Cooper did so, and Strout can as well. So
I mean, we've mentioned this a few times since the 90s, but it was like that. You get a corner, and everybody would be United, Leeds, United. I miss fans as well.
yeah.
It makes a big difference, doesn't it? I think Alex, you've absolutely nailed it by only naming one goal scorer, because the scores as they stand are the Roaring Peacock team -9 and the opponents -11.
So I can only lose 2 points. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Only one.
No, because
You
if I
only
get the
lose
result,
points
oh
for-
no, you don't get a minus for getting the result. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Playing the game.
Okay, right. Is that it then?
Seems
Anything
it,
else? Okay, so just about time for some final thoughts then. Starting with the saint, the godly among us.
Well, I would just say that it's been very enjoyable watching Leeds as a neutral this season. I mean, obviously, I don't hope that happens on Tuesday, but I think when you tune in for Leeds United games, you're pretty much guaranteed to see goals. Sorry, so I think it's good to see Leeds back in the Premier League. I'm sure you want me to say something controversial, but as I say, I remember '90s and Leeds were a big part of the Premier League, and trying to be nice here and make sure I win some of your viewers and listeners over. It's good to see Leeds back, and as I say, Tuesday aside, hopefully you enjoy the rest of the season.
Oh, that's very nice, mate. Thank you.
We like it.
Yeah,
Keep on going then.
It's lovely, that.
Tell us about Bielsa. How good is he? How much better than Hasenhuttl is he?
I've run out of niceties now.
I knew it.
And they would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for these damn kids. Yeah. Final thoughts then. I'm relaxed. I'm pretty relaxed. I think it doesn't matter what results we get now. We can just 6-2 again. Them lads. I think because we're absolutely safe now. I don't think there's any sort of worry about us going down. But yeah, we just take it as it comes. It'll be nice when we win. It's not devastating when we lose.
Yeah, it's that nice feeling again that we talked about on the match review of it just not meaning the whole world and universe every single result like it was in the Championship. So we can just relax, everybody.
Yeah.
No anxiety about our football teams.
It's okay. Let's go home. We're fine.
Right. Okay, so that was your match preview. So enjoy the match and subscribe, if you want. It costs you absolutely nothing to do that. So I'm not sure why you wouldn't. You horrible, mean bastards.
No, it does.
Okay.
If you have already subscribed, it costs you £2 per subscription. Bank details to follow. I'll DM you. Yeah, cool.
Right. Yeah, that'd be good. You didn't think this was all going to be for free, did you?
Oh my god.
So it's a very goodbye from me. My name's Adonis, and you can catch me at the Adelites on Twitter. And it's a very goodbye from Alex. You can catch him at Riot Badger.
Leeds.
He's got some canvases for sale as well, don't you?
Yeah, please buy them because I'm hungry and poor.
Yeah, buy his canvases.
Yeah, non-spawn. But yeah, if you go to riotbadger.bigcartel.com, and they're all on there. And if you use the code 25OFF, so 25 off, you get 25% off. Enjoy.
Big Cartel.
Yeah. So
That
I was
sounds
like I've joined a gang,
Yeah.
but I
Are
haven't.
you selling Colombian powder on there as well?
Only to Steve Evans.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, maybe you want to go there. And and from what was it called? And from the Total Saints podcast. And please let us know where everyone can find you. It was Ben. A very goodbye from him.
Thanks for having us, guys. It's been bizarre, but a pleasure at the same time. And you can find me on Twitter at Total Saints Pod or Facebook and all the various podcast channels.
Bizarre, but a pleasure at the same time. That's what she said.
Tinder reviews.
Cool. Thanks. I guess that's it. We'll just end it there.
Yeah, cool. We'll just fizzle out. Right. Yeah. No. Right.
The monkey's like looking around. He's looking around for another box.